Everyone who comes to Vegas wants to leave a winner, and it's no different for these teams. 400 students from all over the country. They won't be working the tables, but instead tearing up the lanes, vying for thousands of dollars in scholarship money. The top high school bowlers have brought their best game to Las Vegas. They'll be competing on one of the most unique lanes in the country, the Teen Masters Championship Tournament, next on Versus. Hello everyone and welcome to Las Vegas. I'm Kevin Cusick. Working along with me today is Chris Barnes. He's a 12-time Professional Bowlers Association title holder, also winner of the U.S. Open. So Chris, happy to have you along with me here today. We start our first semifinal matchup with Matt Helmick. He's from Rio Rancho, New Mexico. This is his first time making the semifinal of the Teen Masters. Bowling is his sport of choice as he gave up baseball last year to focus specifically on this sport. Today he will face John Lippert from Sioux Falls, South Dakota. John began bowling at age 12, so he brings a total of 6 years of experience to the show. This will be a solid semifinal matchup. Earlier, I had a chance to talk to Matt Helmick, strike up a conversation.
I love that it's almost never the same. Where you play on the lanes, what the lane's doing, how you're throwing the ball, if you feel like throwing it hard that day or soft that day, it's always changing and you always got to adjust, and it's never the same. You're never running the same plays, and you can learn from it every time you go out. I'd say I'm not a cranker. I can't hook it across the lane, but I can get a decent amount on it. I'm not a stroker. I'm kind of in between there. I like going straight. I can get in and hook it a little bit if I need to too. I'm pretty accurate. My ball speed tends to be medium. In tight situations, I tend to get a little slow, so I usually try to make sure I get it down the lane.
John Lippert played several sports, including baseball and basketball, but decided on bowling because he could showcase his own individual skills.
What I love about bowling is just that anyone can do it. I've done a lot of sports before, or in the past, and like soccer, basketball, football, all that stuff. But I like the individual part of it, because there's always team bowling, but I like that you can also do it individually. Well, I started bowling. I would beg my mom and dad just to take me bowling every weekend, and I would even volunteer to pay for it, back when I still threw the ball between my legs till I was 12 years old. What really stepped it up was from 6th to 7th grade and 7th to 8th. I went to camp at Wichita State, and I think my average increased from 160 to 190 the first time, and then 190 to about 210 the second time.
So Matt Helmick from Rio Rancho, New Mexico will get us started in our first of two semifinal matchups here at the Teen Masters at the Fashion Show Mall in Las Vegas, Nevada.
Very often the toughest shot is this first frame.
And a very good way to start. He'll start with a strike.
Handles that with no problem whatsoever. If you watch this replay, ball crosses through the 7th board out to about the 3rd board. Watch the head pin as it cleans up all the mess.
John Lippert from Sioux Falls, South Dakota will begin his quest here to the Teen Masters Championship. John dead on to the 1 pin, leaves the 4-7 standing.
Yeah, this shot is just a little bit inside of target. John's higher rev rate, but this one crosses the 12th board. He's looking to play around the 8th and 9th board. This goes a little bit high in the head pin. Not unusual for that first shot to go a little bit high. Gets out of danger, though, by leaving something he can make here.
Well, you said players are nervous coming in, obviously trying to get a sense of the oil on the lanes as well, and he converts on his first attempt.
Well, very often when you get on a television show, the lanes can be a little bit tighter down lane. There's more heat with the lights and this, but this is an entirely different environment. They bowled at South Point during the tournament. Now they've moved to the Fashion Mall. We have one lane in the middle of a mall with all the distractions and all the atmosphere totally changing. The players have said that the lanes are a little bit tighter down lane, and they've had to make some adjustments from what they did to get here. Uh-oh.
He goes way wide, leaving the 1-2-10.
Yeah, Matt on his first shot threw it great. This shot gets down to the fourth board and then arcs all the way out to the first board on the gutter. Doesn't quite make it back off of it. Leaves the washout. He'll have to throw his spare ball, hit the left side of the head pin, and try and make it deflect into the 10.
So Matt gets the 1 and the 2 pin, still leaving the 10 pin.
It's an opening for John. John misleft his first shot, went a little bit high. See if he can shake off the nerves here and throw a good shot and get himself started.
Prior to the match, both players were trying to get as many shots in as possible. They were, as you mentioned, we're here in a mall. There's a lot of people walking by. The focus that they need is a little bit more than what they had all week at South Point Casino Bowling Center, where the qualifying was, and he comes out with a very strong strike.
Excellent shot here. You see this time, you can see John has a very long athletic game. He's played a lot of other sports. He got a late start in the sport by starting at 12, but his visits to the Wichita State camps have really improved his game recently.
He did mention that. We talked to him earlier. You heard a portion of the interview. That really made a big difference in helping him develop his game.
Much better shot. Perfect strike there for Matt. This one crosses the 7th board again. Trajectory's perfect. Rolls right up. 1-3-5-9. Perfect textbook strike.
John Lippert, again from Sioux Falls, South Dakota. He won the state championship in 8th grade. Knew that he was on his way to a bowling career in just 8th grade. He leaves the 5-7.
It's a bit unlucky here. He missed it just a little bit at the bottom, but the head pin, as you watch it go to the wall, knocks out the 2, 4, and 8 to leave the 5-7. Not that the bucket would have been a lot easier spare, but now a normal move on tour would be to move about 3 boards left with your feet, keep your target really close to the same, and try and slide the 5 into the 7.
Just misses, leaving the 7 pin.
He's moved a little bit deeper than normal. That one crossed like 17, not quite far enough to the right to make that. An opening back for Matt.
We have a lot more to come from the Fashion Show Mall in Las Vegas, Nevada. You're watching the Teen Masters on Versus. The Teen